I'm Jay Ash. I'm here on behalf of Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito. Do you want to, I don't want to mess you up, but
Very high.
this feels informal,
It is very informal.
so we don't need formal introductions. I was a city manager in my hometown of Chelsea for 14 years, and so I very much appreciate good municipal management. And, all kidding aside, Jim has done a great job down here, and I'm really excited to get Scituate's application. So I have been the Secretary of Economic Development for the last 4 years, and I'm here to make a major announcement. Anything else you want to read off of that?
No, I just want to say thank you to you and the Baker Polito administration for this grant. Symbolic of the work that you do with municipalities. You took some of my stuff.
Really?
Nice to have someone who worked in the profession at the administration and knows what we need. Not only knows what we need, but acts on it.
So Governor Baker is also a former selectman, so there's possibilities. And Lieutenant Governor Polito is also a former selectwoman. Well, you can be a selectman, but you can be a selectman.
No, actually, they
So between the governor and the lieutenant governor having their municipal experience, and me really being a municipal guy at heart, we look at it as our responsibility to come and listen to all of you and try to help your visions become reality and really empower you to do good things. So that's why we're happy to be here.
Why don't you make your announcement? Then I'm not going to go with my prepared remarks. Son, if you want these, they're pretty good.
All right, so all truth be told, what he was going to do is he was going to read the bio that comes from my office that I have heard 1,000 times. And it's not about me, it's about all of you here today, so we'll dispense with that formality. I'm here on behalf of Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito to congratulate you all for the work you're doing here in Scituate to make Scituate a place that can encourage, welcome, and actually do economic development. And when we make grants to communities for infrastructure, we hope that those grants will unlock the possibilities that great communities have. And what we saw in Scituate's application was that our investment of what will be an amount that I will announce soon will unlock even more potential economic development, which will create great housing opportunities for people to live here, maintain and improve infrastructure to support people that are already here, grow the tax base, and continue to make Scituate a place that lots of people want to live. So the way that this happens is that we have great partners in the legislature, and those great partners all not only make sure that we have the resources available to run these statewide programs, but then after they make the resources available, they kind of like advocate or harass. I'm not sure, which would you call yourself, or an advocate or a harasser?
An advocate.
An advocate, okay. So Senator O'Connor was a major advocate, and Representative Machina, who I've known for many years as well. And together, they were helpful in getting the economic development bill through the legislature, which gives us the funding to then come out to cities and towns. And together they reminded us that Scituate could use a little bit of assistance in making the infrastructure project around wastewater and the possibilities of economic development happen here. So Senator O'Connor, I thank you for all that you do for us, and I'll thank Joan when I see her. Your advocacy especially has been important as we've tried to navigate through the legislature and get legislation done. We have a good thing going on in Beacon Hill right now. We have Republicans and Democrats, administration and legislature working together to promote good public policy. So a lot of other places is about bad politics. We're lucky to have good public policy, and as I see maybe a next rep here, maybe. Best of luck. I think about Jim Cantwell, and he's still on my speed dial. Was somebody that was important in the legislature for us, but now that he's with Senator Markey, he's on my speed dial, and I've been talking to him. I probably talk to him more now that he works with Senator Markey than I did when he was a rep, and I talked to him an awful lot when he was a rep. So we have a good thing going on right now on Beacon Hill, where people are working together. And the results of people working together are in this election year, right? We have an election year right now. In this election year, the legislature has adopted 3 economic development bills that the governor filed, more than $3.5 billion for economic development. And what's remarkable about that is not the number $3.5 billion, but what's remarkable is that a democratically controlled legislature has given a Republican governor $3.5 billion for me and the governor and lieutenant governor to run the state. be able to make announcements like this. Everyone loves to see me come to town. I'm like Santa Claus. I'm coming to town, it's usually good news. And so I do have good news here today. We have been very impressed with what you've been doing, local planning, to support economic development here, and it's exactly what we look for. We look to make that investment that will multiply in terms of private investment, and what we see with opportunities to build housing here, to support residences, as I've said, that are here, and really to promote a strong economy here is exactly the type of activity that we like to be involved with. So I am making an announcement here of $2.2 million, Jim. $2.2 million, and what I would tell you is that we have a $2.2 million Massworks grant, and formally that will go to phase 1 of your sewer enhancement project. I'm sure it wasn't coordinated, but it felt like it. So Massworks program gets announced. Senator O'Connor, Jimmy Cantwell come up to me and say, Scituate's going to be applying. We need you to help us out. And I said, sure, as I do to every legislator. And Pat said, no, we really need this. And then I ran into Jim in his capacity in the representing communities, not only Scituate, but other communities before the local Government Advisory Council. And Jim reminded me that you all had submitted an application and talked to me more about what the project was. So it was a good coordination or not between your legislators and your town manager to make sure that we knew how important this was to you. And so after talking to you, Jim, I went back to my office and said, give me the Scituate application, let's take a look at it. We had more than 100 applications filed. So it was an important reminder, so I pulled out the Scituate application and said, yeah, this is where we want to invest money. So we're doing this around this state. We're giving good news to 37 communities over the next couple of weeks, more than 40 projects. 40 projects being adopted. We'll spend about $80 million on infrastructure improvements. That $80 million, which is really your money, it's our money, right? It's taxpayer money. That $80 million is going to leverage $2.9 billion in private investment around the state. We'll create 9,000 jobs. We'll create 4,400 units of housing. We'll help communities revitalize. It'll help businesses grow, and most importantly, it'll help people prosper. So we're happy to be here today announcing this with all of you, and we congratulate members of the legislature who were important to us. We congratulate town government for putting together a great application. Congratulate the development community for coming together and in providing the real reason why we want to invest here, and we celebrate what's happening here in Scituate. So congratulations to everybody, and look forward to continuing to work with you to help you realize your vision for your community, for the region, and the entire Commonwealth. Jimmy asked if this was check or cash. When it's Chelsea, it's cash, but otherwise it's...
I don't know if you want to say a few words before we take some pictures.
Sure. First off, Secretary Ash, thank you for coming to Scituate, and thank you for prioritizing this project. It's been great to be able to work with the local town officials on making sure that this project became a reality. Obviously, we see the need time and time again throughout the entire Commonwealth, so being able to prioritize this project with this amount of money is something that's really special for here in Scituate. And as far as the current structure of the investments in the legislature, I couldn't have said it better myself than what Secretary Ash said. You know, we work hand in hand, whether you're on the liberal scale, the conservative scale, the moderate scale, Republican or Democrat. It doesn't matter in Massachusetts, because what we want to do is we want to put people before party and projects before party and invest in our local economies and really see them grow and foster into what we all know that they can be. And this project is a great example of that. And I can't even tell you how many times over the past 2.5 years that I've been with Jay, or I've been with Karen, or I've been with Charlie when we've been announcing some really good stuff that's going to happen in Massachusetts and is going to benefit all of our communities. Just this past a few weeks ago, we were in this very same room announcing Seaport Economic Advisory Council grant money. Before that, or just after that, we were in Cohasset announcing Community Compact money, and here we are announcing Massworks money. The Baker-Polito administration 100% gets it, that it starts at the local government, that's where the rubber meets the road, and that's where people see the most and want to improve the most. And so making these targeted investments, spending 12 years myself as a city councilor in Weymouth, making these targeted investments to our local communities is exactly the thing that's going to grow our economy keep people working and make Massachusetts an even safer, stronger, better place to live, work, and raise a family. So thank you, Secretary.
That's it for today. I just want to point out this is the third straight visit from the administration where we've had good weather. We'd like to keep that going. Too often they come down when the weather's bad, so we hope to keep this streak going right through the winter and only have nice weather visits. So again, I want to thank the Secretary, thank Brad, the planning office, everybody who puts us together, the Toll Brothers, the Drew Company. Just right after beginning, this project is going to free up at least 250 units of housing, plus over 15,000 feet of commercial space, plus open up the whole Greenbush area, we think, for development in the future. So this is going to go a long way for Scituate to meet its housing goals, its economic goals, and just make us, again, a more welcoming place for businesses and people to live. So thank you to the administration, thanks for coming down, and thank everybody for being here. Now we'll take a couple pictures, give John the money, because it's a check, doesn't mean any good.
Great.
We'll take some pictures.
Great.
Thank you.